everybody, welcome back. Hope you are doing good. Let's continue the playlist in which we write the Python programs from the practical list. In this video, we are going to discuss how to write this program in which we need to take a list of the numbers. And the numbers of the elements which are at the even location will get swapped with the elements at the odd location. Alright then, before writing the program directly, let's try to understand the logic of the program. According to the instruction, we have to input the elements of the list. Till now, we saw how to create the list by initializing it. We just take one variable and in the square bracket, we write the elements which are separated by comma. So this is the first way of creating list. Even you can use list method to create the list from other collection. But how to take the input of the elements of the list? We know we use input function to take the input. But what's the problem with this function? The input gets converted to the string. We are aware with the fact that list may contain mixed data type. It can be integer, string, or it can contain floating point. If all the elements will get converted to string, then how we will apply the numeric operations on it? That's why to change the input to integer, we use integer function, and to change that input to float, we use float function. But in case of list, we cannot apply this because we can have mixed data. In that case, we will be enclosing the input function in the eval function. Eval interprets the input as it is. It can be used in different ways also to evaluate the expression. I will suggest you to go through the usage of the eval function. But here we will wrap input function within eval function. So the input will be interpreted as it is. It means whatever we enter here, it will be interpreted as it is. Integer will be integer and string will be string. Hope the first step is clear now how to take the input using eval function. Let me erase everything. So let's consider one list with some random numbers. I am going to initialize 10, 20, 30 and 40 just for dry run. Now, according to the program, what we need to do exactly? We need to swap the elements which are at the even position with the odd one. Let's write the index. This is the 0th index, 1, 2 and 3. It means these two elements will get swapped. In this way, the next two elements will get swapped. Hope you know the concept of swapping in Python. It is most easiest in Python compared to other programming languages. Even we have discussed this program in this video where we have discussed 10 basic programs. If you didn't watch this video, I would suggest you to go through it. Alright, for this arrangement, first we need to iterate over the list. Let's take one variable I. If you need to iterate over the elements, you can directly use membership operator. But if you need to work on the index, we will be using range function. For I in range. The whole concept is in this range function. We know that we have to start from the 0th index. So starting will be 0. When we use range function, we know starting, but what about the ending index? For that, generally we use len function. With this, we will come to know the number of elements of the list. Here we have 4. So let's write the end limit as length of this list. Alright, now we will come inside the loop and we need to do the arrangement for swapping. Let me tell you the concept of swapping in short. If there are two variables a and b and we need to swap this in Python. For that, we can simply write this b will become a. We can do this in Python directly because the variables are the named locations. These are the reference to the memory location. With this, b becomes a. Now what about a? A will become b. So let's write with the comma itself. Then with that, a becomes b. In this way, in a single statement, we can swap two variables. The same concept we are going to apply here too. Now, how will I get the elements? The initial value of I is 0. In this way, we could get the element at the index 0. But how you will get the element at the index 1? For that, we will use the concept I plus 1. In this way, the element at the I plus 1 will become I and the element at the index I will become I plus 1. So let's write it. Here is the name of the list. We will write first I plus 1. I plus 1 will become I. I am writing number in short. The name of the list is numbers. You should write the same name here. The first task is done. Now what is the second task? The element which is at the index I will become I plus 1. So write it here. Let me erase it and make the place for it. The first will be num of I. I plus 1 will become I and I will become I plus 1. So let's write here num I plus 1. In this way these two elements got swapped. Alright, now let's concentrate what should be the next value of I. We know that initially the value of I is 0. And with the arrangement of I plus 1, we could get the element which is at the next index, that is index 1. The next two element will be these two elements which are gonna swap. Then what should be the value of I? It should be 2. So how you will increase the value of I? That we will be doing using step 2. It will be 0, then it will be 2. Now look at the elements whether you are swapping correct elements or not. At the index 2 we have 30. With I plus 1 we will get 40. 40 will get swapped with 30. After this the element at the index I means at the index 2 which is 30 is gonna swap with the element which is at the index I plus 1 which is nothing but 40. So 40 becomes 30, 30 becomes 40. It means it is working fine. Now there is one more thing we need to take care, that is the end limit of the range function. Look at the length of the list, it is 4. We have written here that end limit should be 4. But is it so? We are going only up to 2. If we write here length, it means the loop will execute from 0 to 3 because end limit is exclusive. But we don't have to execute it till 3, isn't it? We need to execute it up to 2. So what we will do? We will do length minus 1. Now the loop will correctly execute from 0 to 2. That's why I told the complete logic is in the range function. The loop will execute from 0 to length minus 1. If you are writing step, you cannot skip the starting part. You need to mention 0. You will think why we need to write 0? It's a default value. We can skip it also. But when you are writing step, just consider that if you are writing length here and step here, the Python will consider this is the starting limit and this is nothing but a ending limit. Then your result will differ. You will get some different output. So whenever you are writing step, don't skip the starting index. Hope you understood the concept. After swapping, we will print the list. We will get the updated one. Alright, it's time to code. Here is the Python file. Let's close the Explorer. The first step is to take the input. Let's take one list. Numbers. We are using eval function for evaluation of the input as it is. Let's take the input function. Here is the message. Enter a list with numbers. Alright, we got one list. Now it's time to iterate over it. Using for loop we will iterate. For I in range. We already understood the starting index is 0. The ending index will be length of the list. The list name is numbers minus 1. And the step will be 2. Let's come inside the for loop and write the swapping process. The ith element of the list will become the I plus 1 element. So here is the assignment statement for it. I plus 1. In the same way, the element which is at the index I plus 1 will become I. So this is the index I plus 1. Let's come at the end of the line and write the ith element. So here is the ith element. Now the element which is at the I plus 1 index will become I, and the element which is at the index I will become I plus 1. This is the procedure for swapping two elements. We know that list is mutable, so the changes will happen in place. Original list will get changed. Now it's time to print the list. Let's print with message. list after swapping. For formatting, you can use fstring, you can use format function, or simply also you can format. I think we are done with the program. Now it's time to check the output. Alright, here we need to enter the elements of the list. Here are some random numbers. You can enter numbers of your choice. So let's press enter. Wow, congratulations, we got the correct output. At the place of 10 we have 20 and at the place of 20 we have 10. In the same way, these two numbers got swapped. Try out this program with different numbers. You can enter more numbers too. Okay then, with the hope that you understood the program, let's wrap this video. In case of any doubt, let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, do share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe the channel. That is only the motivation for me to keep on creating the content for you. In the next video, we will discuss next program in which we need to search an element in the list or in the tuple. So until next time, stay curious, stay healthy. I will see you in the next video.